This market has deteriorated the most on Wall Street since the 1987 catastrophe due to a lack of leadership or ecologically friendly policies and technologies, as evidenced by Black Friday. They do something that appears to be a move to the right in expressing that. Manufacturers of firearms should do more to protect the lives of Americans. Said these corporations about enhancing safety, but so far so good. We may have unintentionally provided BlackRock money to dictatorial nations. Seeing the figures, self-imposed mandates to assist reduce that over time. Expectations have caused a 1.2% drop in stock prices. That's all there is to it. Business, but it appears to be expanding. In the final few videos, I'd like to go over the investment theory that underpins XRP. In this video, I explain why XRP is in such a unique position to lead the forthcoming bull market. Today's news strengthens the case for XRP to become the primary currency in our next-generation financial system, which we will discuss in this video along with some exciting news regarding the vote for an AM on the XRP Ledger, which we will discuss towards the end of the video. So folks, what better way to start a conversation about the investment thesis behind how XRP will alter your financial system than with David Schwartz? This will come after that, and we'll talk about some extremely important things that happened earlier today, so that you can be certain that David Schwartz is not simply talking about these massive shifts that are taking place. Institutes are putting this into action. Yes, the price of XRP has not yet reflected this in real time, but I believe it is soon to happen. Take advantage of this fact. It will happen regardless. With the introduction of shipping containers, we witnessed a revolution in product distribution, which transformed globalization. The internet changed the way information is transported. Nevertheless, we are oblivious to the TCP of money. How much the shipping container is worth is unknown to us, but what will happen is certain, and this will result in changes, and I also want to make it. One of the things I think will happen, and what I find noteworthy, is that payments will become significantly smaller the majority of the time. You are probably employed in this place, and you are most likely paid. Now, every 2 weeks or twice a month. What is the source of this? You probably pay your payments once a month now. What is the source of this? It is due to payments becoming complicated and expensive. Yet, if payments were simple and inexpensive, those frequencies might increase. Money might be flowing as you work. You could pay your landlord in a series of payments to meet the costs. I'll be honest, I think your accommodations are ridiculous right now. They do, and back in the late 1990s, when we were talking about email, you may have asked me, what are people? I'm going to utilize email because the examples on everyone's list are probably ones I couldn't offer you. Holiday has a cell phone and almost certainly has hundreds of texts on it, none of which resembles postal mail or late-minute messaging, and none of which I could have predicted in 2000 if you had asked me if there was enough. If you asked me if there is enough bandwidth on the internet, I would have said, yes, there is plenty of bandwidth. Is it serious to think that Netflix and on-demand video didn't exist before? For such, the cost of bandwidth is too expensive. Nevertheless, the internet drove the price of bandwidth to zero, and the world will change if the cost of payments likewise falls to zero. If this happens, the world will change. There are no longer any expenses related with. The major thing we're looking at here with payments is the existing situation. The global value transfer system is inefficient and cumbersome, and Ripple is leading the drive to change by supporting institutions in adopting the XRP Ledger base, next generation of our financial system rails. This is the transition that is occurring. It serves as the value proposition for its relevance, yet I would like to go on and show you how quickly institutions are implementing this technology. It's not all talk. It's not just a theoretical concept. We're seeing the practical implementation of technological breakthroughs and cost savings. These are the kinds of things we need to be aware of as investors, because the only thing we can do is listen to David Schwartz explain why this technology is so important. If frictionless payments are so important, why would payments use them? Although we may build theoretical arguments for why these factors would be significant, institutional adoption of the current system, rapid settlement brought about a drastic change in the current system. What eventually required was technology, and what we experience today was rather extraordinary, including a few statements that, as usual, passed utterly undetected by the National. The Bank of Georgia revealed earlier today that they are working with Ripple to construct their country's next generational banking system. I just wanted to show you one more thing before I wrap up this video on this channel. There was a lot of talk about the AM there. It is used by a large number of people. Why isn't it over yet? Why is there a shortage of votes for it? As of today, we have 9 votes in favor of the AM. Right now, a 25% consensus has been reached. For it to pass, we must reach 80% true. We haven't quite arrived, but the effort pays off in the end. These validators' votes are steadily shifting from no to yes, and we are increasingly receiving more votes in support of the AM. As a result, I predict that moving forward, requests will be approved by a new validator every week until we gradually approach the 80% mark, in my opinion. The AM is in a fantastic location. I've outlined why it will affect Ripple's products in the future. Folks, the XRP Ledger is currently updating. Now that it is getting more powerful, the world's largest organizations will find it much more appealing to adopt as a tool. As a result, much thinking has gone into why this would not pass and why it should not proceed quietly, but steadily losing traction right now. I can't wait to see what else will be added. Folks, the XRP Ledger is okay. I hope you enjoyed this update. Please remember to like and subscribe if you can. It is a tremendous help to me. Ripple is being used by an entire country to overhaul its payment system. This is exactly what we want to see as investors. David Schwartz has just outlined why technology needs to change, why it needs to be modernized, and what will happen when payment efficiency grows this much. From what we can see right now, the largest firms will suffer. These reforms are being implemented behind closed doors around the world. It makes no difference that Georgia is not the largest country on the planet. It is now necessary. For every Georgian to use this system, and for all nations to interact with Georgia, we will need to consider how to properly engage with this system, which may include employing Ripple's technology. The major shift in technology is compelling the world's largest and most powerful central banks and global actors to take it seriously. Guys, can we see today and learn that XRP is now entirely allowed and controlled in Dubai? Ripple is making a significant splash in Dubai, which is gradually becoming known as one of the world's financial centers. Ripple has been around for a while. They partnered with some of the largest institutions from the start, and as a result, XRP is now entirely regulated in Dubai. As previously said, XRP is a critical component of Ripple's payment stacks, and the fact that governments all over the world are embracing and permitting this technology to enter their systems is a very promising indicator for the future. David Schwartz explained why rapid payments will be so revolutionary and why our society desperately needs them, but adoption is what's occurring right now. Governments are requesting that Ripple works with them to establish these systems. Governments are beginning to respond. Let us make sure we give you the rules you need to build properly in our country. Investors who are gentlemen, this is exactly what we want to see. In addition to the fact that technology is saving money, governments are also recognizing the legitimacy of this technology and recognizing how to effectively employ it. When I initially saw it earlier today, I thought it was fascinating. Showing that Ripple is having a true impact, many people believe that Ripple has added costs to encourage partners with the technology but doesn't assist me. Take a look at this triangle, which uses XRP for its payments and has an average transaction cost of less than 5%, while traditional banks have an average transaction cost of 3 to 7%. This is where you can save money, folks, in countries and major institutions that wish to adopt XRP. Because it lowers the cost of moving money throughout the world, there is no other place in the world that possesses the technology that Ripple has. Ripple is currently engaging with these large enterprises to support the adoption of the technology and achieve these savings, and I just wanted to give you a quick summary of our worldwide position through this comparison. This tweet wasn't meant for XRP, but I think it might work nicely there. Ryan Stephen Mark, This is thought to indicate that he is a huge Tesla devotee. "I wish I had bought Apple shares 25 years ago," he tweeted, "and I wish I had invested in Amazon." 25 years ago, Tesla's gross automated margins were plunging, and there would soon be competition for autonomy. Are they genuinely FSD, not I? They never stop cutting prices. As a vehicle manufacturer, he is essentially highlighting all of Tesla's important characteristics at present. Indeed, as he points out, the same accusations about Apple were hurled 25 years ago and 20 years ago. The same comments were made about Amazon, and the same complaints are thrown at Tesla, even though the firm is changing the automobile. Ripple is transforming the payments sector. There will always be flooding. There will always be people who dispute the impending change, and there will always be others who find it difficult to comprehend. However, we can see institutions applying this technology in real time, confirming it to be genuine. This appears to be the right combination of everything we require. Not only do we now know that this technology is genuine, but we also know that organizations are willing to make special efforts to test and eventually implement it. I believe that the current craze is the result of individuals who are unaware of the actual development that is taking place, as it is abundantly clear to me that XRP and Ripple will play a critical role in the financial system of the future.